We have this amazing little piece of land. We're only 13,000 acres. It's called Red Hill. We're about 40 k's as the crow flies northeast of Charters Towers, but as Red Hill says, we have a lot of red dirt, which is unusual for this part of the country. It's very similar to the desert uplands. We have yellow jack trees, deep, rich red soil, but then we also have Burdekin River flats. We have northern goldfields country. We have a little bit of black soil with basalt. We have spinifex country that's very similar to Cloncurries. NBN's been really important to us out here because we've just recently moved out here, and so we've become a lot more isolated than what we're used to. So it's been very important for me personally to be able to keep in contact with friends and build connections with people so I don't feel so lonely and so isolated. It has been a really pleasant surprise at how good Sky Muster's been. So I've got it in two spots. We have the main house, and we also have the cottage where we have contractors stay and family stay when they come to visit. So there's our place in here. So we've got all these land types on our property that all need different management, and this is where things like the internet and mapping comes into play, because we really need to know how each parcel of land needs to be managed properly. You know, we're moving into an era where we have to prove ourselves that we're doing things really well and at best standards for industry, and with the help of technology such as mapping and satellite imagery and using that data, we can prove that we are really top of the game when it comes to raising beef around the world. So putting collars on cattle, rather than having to build real fences, we can do all this via the internet, and which is a lot easier for me because I can't go and shift a fence for us to practice high density grazing. I can't shift it physically, but I can shift it on a computer. Sky Muster's actually worked really well for us. I was a little bit tentative about it to start off with, but obviously the past few years it's just getting better and better. And since we've moved here, Sky Muster's actually been great. It's been our most reliable source of communication, been much better than our old radio phone and much better than our mobile phone. I was watching our Sky Muster thinking that, you know, obviously we had a big rain event and it would be reasonable to expect it to go down, but it didn't. It did not falter. I think maybe it flicked out for a couple of minutes in a heavy shower, and that was it. So while we're sitting around the house not being able to do a great deal, we could still we could watch movies and all of this, which was really great because we got to have some downtime, and yeah, we could download movies and watch that. We could keep in contact with the kids at boarding school, we could check on our neighbours, and we could also, I documented a lot of it and just sent it out to the world so they could see what we were going through, and that was really important.